Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Divorced Woman's Guide podcast. I am your host, Wendy Sterling, otherwise known as the Divorced Woman's Guide. I wanted to come in here and share with you guys something that I actually posted on my Instagram account. And if you're not following me, you should. It's Divorce Rehab with Wendy. But I had shared on there, and it has gotten a lot of attention, so much so that I'm creating a podcast episode about it, where I say that divorce is not a punishment, that it is actually an opportunity for your rebirth. Yes, divorce is the opportunity, should you choose, to rebirth yourself. And I say that because it really was my own experience. That is truly how I feel and what the gift of my divorce gifted me, I should say, the opportunity to do. And it really was to just start relearning everything in my 40s. And we can sit here and allow our thoughts to punish us, or if you were like me, you think your thoughts are punishing your ex. They're not. They're simply just keeping you stuck. They are keeping you in your pity party. They are keeping you in victim mindset. And it's really up to you to make a conscious choice about what is it that you're going to do now? How is it that you're going to use this experience and do something different, to start living your life, to stop the people pleasing, to stop being in a codependent relationship, to distance yourself from those who are no longer serving you, those who don't see you. Divorce is an opportunity, you guys. It is an opportunity for you to truly start over, wiping the canvas clean, wiping that slate clean. I know that it can feel scary. Trust me, I was not seeking divorce. We were the last couple that anyone would have ever thought would get divorced. And yet at the same time, it was the best thing that ever happened, honestly, to both of us. I was talking with my ex the other day and I made a comment to him and I had just said, like, oh my God, like, aren't I such a different person? It's so crazy. And he's like, well, let's be honest, if we didn't go through what we went through, you wouldn't be who you are today. And I said, oh, absolutely. I have no regrets. And like, it was like the best thing that happened to both of us. And we just got like a smile and chuckle from that. And I think that it's so hard for so many of us to think that, sure, you get married, you think it's forever, you say, I do, you give your vows. And at the end of the day, we are all human beings and human beings are flawed. We make mistakes. And it's really about how do you apply those mistakes? The world doesn't exist without darkness, right? If there wasn't darkness, how would we know what light looked like? And vice versa. And ultimately, what I believe is that the dark is what enables us to see the light. And it's up to us to be able to do that. If we choose to stay in the dark, then that's up to you. But that doesn't sound like a very fun way to live. I don't know about you, but I seek the light all the time. And what lives in the light are the lessons. That's where the love lives. That is where the compassion lives. That is where gratitude lives. And I'm not saying don't feel what it is that you are going through. That's not what I'm saying. Trust me, I felt a lot. I cried God knows how many tears. I screamed God knows how many bad words and just words in general. Said some not very nice things in my less mature days, even to my ex, that I, looking back, felt good at the time, but yet then right afterwards, I felt like crap. But listen, I was human. I did my best look different every single day. And at the same time, it was through the dark times that I was able to really allow myself the opportunity to see the light. And the biggest light that I was able to see and grasp was the ability to ask for help. It was the ability to say, I need somebody to help me do this. I have read every book. I've listened to every podcast. I have tried buying all these courses and nothing is sticking. And what I knew I needed was for somebody to really hold me accountable. At the end of the day, that's really what we all need is accountability, right? That's how we shift. That's how we change. That's how we move forward. And more importantly, I really needed accountability to be the new version of me, to stop defaulting into what was the old version of me, right? Like that was punishment, punishing myself by staying in my old self instead of seeing this as an opportunity to really be this new, shiny, happy version of myself, which ultimately, as I learned, was my authentic self, was my highest self. It was the version of me that was always inside, that just didn't know how to come out. She didn't have the words. She didn't have the confidence. She didn't have the steps or anybody helping her. And she was screaming as loud as she could, but it wasn't louder than the negative voices that were going on in my head. And having that accountability and having somebody to essentially tell me that, yeah, you get to start over, Wendy. Like you get to do this differently. You get to have a life that you want, and you don't have to feel stuck. You don't have to let your current circumstances, which included being in debt, define you or to define your future. And it really wasn't until I invested in holding myself accountable. It's really what I did, holding myself accountable, that things didn't start changing. And it takes courage and it takes guts and it takes strength. That I thought I was really strong, but I didn't realize how much more strength I had within me to pick myself up off of the floor, to learn how to do things differently, to be willing to fall flat on my face, get myself back up and try it again. Otherwise, I wouldn't be sitting here, you guys. I wouldn't be sitting here having had the guts to become an entrepreneur, to walk away from my six-figure paycheck, mind you, and to start my own business, to start living life on my own terms. I was the one that had to give myself permission. Trust me, I tried to find it from other people. People thought I was crazy. Of course, everyone was like, you got to do what you trust. You've always listened to your intuition. It's not led you wrong. And ultimately, my intuition is really what gifted me with my life back. And it is something that I haven't stopped listening to. And it truly is what my divorce has gifted me with. And that is rebirthing, Wendy. And that's what I want so much for each and every one of you guys. I hope that you had some epiphanies and some aha moments listening to me talking about how your divorce can be your rebirth. Ultimately, I see it as your ability to spiritually awaken your authentic self. Ultimately, that is what you have the power to see and to gift yourself with as you are creating a life that you choose, that you design, that you desire, instead of feeling stuck with the one that you think your ex has left you with. So thank you guys for tuning into this week's episode. I appreciate you all so much. Don't forget to hit subscribe so you don't miss a single episode. And be sure to join my Facebook group, The Divorce Rehab. Come on into our community and get some support from like-minded women like yourself. I hope that you guys have a great rest of your day. Sending you so much love, light, and joy. Mwah. Bye, everybody.